Hi everyone and welcome for this new tutorial for the Advent calendar, how to paint leather. So for this tutorial I'm going to show you how to paint leather very quickly with some texture. For beginning I start with my black base and I'm going to put some red leather from model color on all the black part. So for that I'm going to dilute a lot and make different layer. Don't hesitate if you have any if your transition is not perfect, it's really not a problem because we are going to use the imperfection as a texture. So don't hesitate, just push your color, play with your color and make sure that all the surface you want in leather will be with this red leather from model color. Now I'm going to push a contrast color, the darker chieftain, on all the leather parts. And by the way, that's going to be to create once again more imperfection when it's going to be totally dry. So I'm going to use that to create the leather texture for the next step. Now I come back once again into the shadow with some dark sea blue color, very diluted. And once again, this is going to make, when it's going to be dry, some imperfection I'm going to use to create this kind of texture. This is paint some leather with texture. It's a different way to paint. So you need to forget what do you actually or already make and make something a little bit different. After that, we are going to come back with our basic color, the red leather, and we are going to push the color to the highlight part. When I push this color, I don't take care about the transition, and I want to have some imperfection between my different parts. That's going to give more life to my leather. So that's why it's pretty interesting to paint this kind of texture, because it's going to change your mind and to make you paint something different. More the surfaces is going to be small, more I'm going to tap my paints, and this tap is going to create once again some imperfection we are going to be used to create my texture and leather effect. I start to make on some more large surfaces some line with my brush, and on the smaller surfaces some point with my brush to create the base of my different texture. This texture is going to focus on the more highlight parts, by the way, because it's going to be more visible on this part. I come back with a little bit of white into my red leather, and more I'm going to highlight, more I'm going to add white. Don't hesitate to have very strong contrasts. Even if it will be too much strong at the end, you always can make some layer to have lower contrast on your texture. I'm going to make once again some line, some points, some highlights, but everything in some chaos effect. The most important is to have to focus on the highlight part and to make some line and point to create this texture effect. We are going to choose some of this texture and push once again with some white or some gray, depending on the contrast you want to have. And you are going to push and push again this contrast to have more life into your leather. Just some few points can be necessary sometimes on some small surfaces. And as you can see, the result is already here, and we are going to finish this laser effect. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't hesitate to follow me on Instagram, to post and comment if you have any kind of question, and don't hesitate to share to your friend. Thanks again, my boss, for your support all these years, and see you tomorrow for the next special Christmas tutorial.